So nowadays we are seeing an increasing convergence between art and entertainment to an extent where we kind of end up confusing the two of them. How would you distinguish between art and entertainment, especially in a day and time when people increasingly see the two as synonymous?
Um, the easiest example that I can give you is that one is fast food and the other is a soul food. So you need to have something that nourishes your soul, something that stays with you for longer than the duration of the said video or act. Um, while it is important to stay entertained, our philosophy, our culture has always told us to reduce the distractions of your mind, to reduce the fluctuations of your thought as much as possible and center yourself, which is something that art helps you. But entertainment is a distraction, and too much of it might lead to escapism.
You're part of the ninth generation of classical dancers, and it's obviously a tradition that runs deep in your family. How do you see that? Do you see that as a responsibility, as a legacy to further, or can it sometimes even be a bit of a burden?
Um, I would like to believe it's a very, very big blessing and privilege. Um, I have had the access to the best gurus, the best training, and I have known people in my fraternity even before I made a name for myself. It's a burden because you're being compared to the best every time. And the audience for generations has seen the kind of work that has been put out by my family. So every time I get on stage, I have to match it. But I think it's also liberating in a way that they have already brought it to a certain level, and now my job is to just expand on it.
Question is, in terms of how people appreciate classical music, classical dance today, it's an acquired taste. It's a bit like dark chocolate, in that way. But do you think somewhere down the line it's become this very highbrow culture where people are just like, we have to know this because it's a part of our culture, instead of actually enjoying it, instead of taking it as a form of pleasure? How do you see that perspective being shifted, and how do you see the youth being incentivized to appreciate classical music, to appreciate classical dance?
I wouldn't call it the highbrow culture. However, it has because lifestyle has changed, our sensibilities have changed. So there definitely is a disjunct. However, I also feel that just like Mr. Patnaik's stories, if you look into the bhava of it, you will find that you still relate to it, just like you relate to the stories of Radha and Krishna. So they are very contemporary, and I feel like they will stay contemporary for ages to come. However, there is a need to educate the audience. There needs to be more of art appreciation than anything else.